So you know what to do. Why aren't you doing it? Chances are that you're a high achieving, very intelligent, and driven person. You have goals that you genuinely care about, that matter to you. You want to do these things. Your business matters to you. And every time you sit down to do the work, something stops you, something blocks you. Maybe you reorganize your office again, or you're scrolling on social media, or you tell yourself, I'll just do it tomorrow. Well, today I want to share a completely different way of looking at what's getting in your way, one that may actually change the way that you see yourself forever. In today's video, I want to share with you what's really going on when you hit these invisible blocks when you're trying to do your work. Most coaches are going to tell you, set a timer for 10 minutes and just start working on a project. And while that's great advice and has helped me out a number of times, sometimes it doesn't work for some people. And the problem is, what if you stop after those 10 minutes, or you don't even start and you don't keep going, or you start doing something else and lose track of time and the timer goes off? I think the hardest part is the amount of energy entrepreneurs are wasting fighting against themselves every single day. And that fight is costing them money, it's costing them time with their family, and it's costing them their health, and it's exhausting. Think about it. How much energy have you spent trying to force yourself to take action? Telling yourself, what's wrong with me? Why don't I just do the work? I know what to do. I'm capable. Or you lie to yourself and you'll say, I'll start again tomorrow. Or my old favorite tagline that I used to say was, tomorrow's day one. You know that you can do it. That's not what's up for debate here. But when this happens repeatedly, day after day, week after week, course after course, coach after coach, you stop believing you can actually do this and succeed at your business. And maybe you even question if you're cut out to be an entrepreneur altogether. But let me tell you this, the fact that you keep showing up every day, the fact that you're willing to keep putting up with this fight tells me that you have the strength to be an entrepreneur. You have what it takes to be successful. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be such a struggle? The part of you that you're fighting against internally, it's all in your mind. When you begin to address what's happening at the root in your subconscious and your unconscious mind, it's going to be like releasing the emergency brake from the car that you've been driving. All of a sudden, things are going to stop being such a struggle, and the ride is going to become a lot easier and smoother. And you're probably going to get farther. I'm not saying that being an entrepreneur is easy. It does take grit. It does take tenacity. But imagine doing a hike up a mountain and you've removed 50 extra pounds of weight. It's going to be a much more enjoyable hike. My whole goal with the clients that I work with, I specifically work with entrepreneurs. The reason I work with entrepreneurs is because when I can help them get out of their own way, imagine the impact they can have on the world, the positive impact they can have on the world. They don't have to keep putting up with this inner battle. Like there's some business dysfunction going on in here, right? As soon as we clean this up, everything can start to run more smoothly. The identity you have starting off as an entrepreneur is not going to be the same identity that you have as a successful entrepreneur. The entrepreneur, and I have little dolls here that I'm going to use. This is you before you reach the success that you're looking for, and this is you after you reach the success that you're looking for. Two different identities. Identities are composed of beliefs. This version of you has beliefs like, oh, I don't want to get judged. I can't put myself out there. I got to play small. People are going to judge me. They're going to criticize me. What if I'm not successful? There's that fear of failure. So we're overthinking, we're procrastinating, we're focusing on being perfect, right? And all of a sudden, we're not getting the clients that we need. We're not making the money that we need. This version of you has overcome that fear of rejection. This version of you speaks their truth. They get out of their own way. They do what's needed to be done because they have a vision and they have a purpose in this life. And their purpose is to make this world a better place. My goal is to help you become this version of you so that you can make a positive impact on this world. The version of you right now, and trust me, there's nothing wrong with this version. It's a struggle. It's It's exhausting to be this version. Trust me, I was this version. I was burning out, working in like just taking all the courses, never finishing any courses, just shiny object syndrome, imposter syndrome, you name it. I had it. This is why I'm very passionate about what I do, because once you can get out of your own way, it gets a lot easier. So just imagine this is you and you're like, why, Jess? Why do I keep getting into these blocks? Why do I keep getting to a certain point and I just stop working? It's kind of like you hit a wall and you're like, I can't get past this wall. What's going on? And then you retreat and, go watch some TV. What I do is I help you update what's going on in your brain. It's kind of like when we have a phone, right? We have Androids, we have iPhones, and we're constantly updating the software on the phone. Let's say you have the latest model or close to the latest model of the iPhone or Android device. And imagine you don't update the operating system. Imagine you still have the operating system from the very first model. You know what's going to happen? The apps are going to crash, your phone's going to freeze, things aren't going to work properly, and you're going to have to restart a bunch. That restarting is you hitting a block. That restarting is going, I'll try again. Tomorrow is day one. That restarting doesn't need to happen. Once you update the operating system in your mind, things can run a lot more smooth, right? When we have our phone and we've updated the operating system, things run more smoothly. We have the latest features. We can do more. We can act faster. We can work with more precision. And this is what I help people with. So if you find yourself getting in your own way, this is what's really going on in your mind. Now, we have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, and the unconscious mind. And I like to work with all three parts of the mind to get you maximum results. Mindset is very important, but I think a lot of coaches rely heavily on mindset. Since 10% of our mind, we could say 7% is our conscious mind, mindset is helpful for that part of the brain. Repeating mantras over and over and over and over again till the cows come home will, over time, affect your subconscious mind. But you have to say it and believe it to be true. Most people are saying mantras and they don't believe that it's true. So they're kind of wasting their time, which can make it seem like a waste of time. I've been there. When you start to change your identity, the beliefs you carry about yourself that you are not even aware of, beliefs like, oh, I'm not good enough, nobody wants me, like, I'll never be successful, or success, I don't have a business mind, other people can make this happen, I can't. These beliefs are running in the background. This is the outdated software that's running in the background, and reality, the reality that you perceive in front of you, is a projection of those beliefs, of that software, of that programming that's in your subconscious mind. When you change that, how you perceive reality will completely change. You won't have to think to be different. You won't have to remember to be different. You won't have to force yourself to be disciplined, because you'll be aligned with that identity and that version of you who already acts that way. But if we have a block internally that's keeping us from even turning on the camera, how are you going to be seen? If we're constantly fighting against ourselves internally, how can we run an efficient business? How can we be successful? Have you ever seen a team that's dysfunctional and can't work together? Those are the teams on game shows that lose. When a team can work together cohesively, that team is going to win. That team is going to make it to the top. But most people are struggling. Most entrepreneurs are struggling in business because the team inside here isn't working well together. It's a little dysfunctional. So once we heal that dysfunction, once we update the operating system in your mind, it's going to be a lot more easy to get the results that you're looking for, because I know you. You know what to do. You've taken all the courses, many courses. You have a lot of information in your mind. You're very intelligent. You have all the puzzle pieces, but there's something blocking you from putting all those puzzle pieces together. So there's a couple components to why we get in our own way and why we're not doing the work that we should be doing. One of them is, yes, our subconscious beliefs. These beliefs are formed from childhood. They're formed throughout our life. They're formed from how our parents treated us, how our school teachers treated us, the messages that we received or were programmed with through media or the school. and they're coded into our subconscious mind and they're keeping us blocked. They're keeping us stuck. Playing small is a big one. How many times, like, I don't know about you, but I was put in the corner at school for speaking up. Jess, go sit in the corner. How many times was I sitting in the corner? Jess, you're too loud. I was always stifled, and that got coded in my brain to stay small and don't be seen. You think 20 years ago I could have made this video? No. It wasn't until I found the work that I do today where I was able to get out of my own way and be able to make a video with ease and put myself out there and not give a flying what people think about me. The other thing that's getting in the way, that's causing these blocks, is ancestral trauma. Now, I'm a big proponent of ancestral healing. I have my ancestors back here supporting me. There's stories that your ancestors carry, and that's in the energy that you embody. When we are born, we inherit our DNA, right? And in that DNA is energy from trauma. This is the epigenetics, right? It turns on and off genes based off the trauma that your ancestors experienced. So that trauma impacts you and how you react and respond to life. If you come from ancestors that survived the Russian gulags or survived a concentration camp and they had to work and work and work to live, and you're wondering why you're burning out and you can't stop and relax, it's connected to way back there and it's in your cells. And once that gets healed, along with healing what happened to you in childhood, things can start to shift. So if you're interested in looking deeper at what is going on for you specifically, let me know. There's a link in the description below. I'm offering complimentary 15-minute Zoom calls right now. This won't last for long, so get it while you can. And if you're interested in learning more about ancestral trauma and how this is connected to self-sabotage, you can check out this video here.